Hello and welcome to Breaking Bread with Rivaaj Maharaj, where nothing is off the table. For today's episode, I want to talk about some recent comments being made by LeT terrorist and operative Rizwan Hanif regarding the unknown gunmen. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I've come across a post on X, and this has been doing the rounds on the news recently. But needless to say, this post is by Aditya Raj Kaul. It says, unknown gunmen have killed over 30 Lashkar men in Pakistan, terrorist on camera. And he's referring to Rizwan Hanif of LeT. Rizwan Hanif is an active member of Lashkar-e-Taiba. For all intents and purposes, he's a scumbag terrorist that incites problems across the border with India. But the world should also take note, because these are the same idiots that train and fund insurgencies that are then used as proxies to destabilize regimes and cause problems around the world. So when you have a terrorist attack at a venue near you, you can be rest assured 99% of the time it traces back to idiots like Rizwan Hanif or others like him, LeT, Jaish-e-Mohammed, and all the number of alphabet terrorist organizations that the Pakistani establishment harbors, nurtures and funds. Very insidious, nefarious government in Pakistan. Very nefarious, insidious military administration in Pakistan, intelligence services in Pakistan, because they will destabilize anything and anyone for money. This is the nature of the regime in Pakistan. Rizwan Hanif has made claims about 30 of their terrorist mates that have been taken out in recent years by unknown gunmen. If you're familiar with the movie Dhurandhar, I urge you to go and watch it. It's on Netflix. It has subtitles, but if you want to see the reality of what the Indian intelligence actually does and how they operate in the shadows, then watch that movie. In fact, recently, the Netflix CEO in an interview just said that the highest grossing, most watched non-English movie on Netflix has been Dhurandhar. And yes, you'll get all those self-loathing Indians, those left-leaning and liberal Indians, those Arunadati Roys, those Dhruv Rathi assholes. They'll all come out and tell you it's propaganda. Let me tell you, it is not propaganda. I can assure you it is not propaganda. I can tell you from personal experience, and this is not a lie. This is the honest to God truth. I know personally some of the people that have helped Sheikh Hasina's father and the Mukti Bahini in Bangladesh in 1971, that helped bring about the nation of Bangladesh. And this is no lie. These are people who sit on the sidelines very quietly. You would never know it was them, very inconspicuous in society, that have helped Bangladesh break away when those atrocities, when that genocide was being committed by the Pakistani military and state against East Pakistan, then is what it was called. It subsequently became Bangladesh. This new generation that has gone on and, defamed their country and their freedom fighters, and they have no idea what was done to their ancestors, their grannies, their mothers, when rape was used as a form of oppression to try and suppress the Mukti Bahini. They have no clue. But I'm telling you, if anybody tells you that Dhurandhar is a joke, it is propaganda, I'll tell you now they're talking nonsense. Because I can tell you from first-hand experience, I know people, and I'm not going to say which nationality, that actively assisted with that operation. So I'm saying to you, in that movie Dhurandhar, you find unknown gunmen taking out LeT, Jaish-e-Mohammed, and all these jihadi leaders in Pakistan, harbored and looked after by the state. You find them suddenly vanishing, their families, you find them getting taken out. And This man has just come out now and said that that has happened.
हिंदुस्तान की खुफिया एजेंसीज ने उसको यहाँ आजाद कश्मीर के अंदर भी अमन और चैन से नहीं रहने दिया, अपने जर खरीद एजेंटों के जरिए से उसको यहाँ पर शहीद किया गया। ये पहला वाकया नहीं है, गुज़श्ता 3-4 सालों के अंदर 30 से ज्यादा वाकयात हो चुके हैं कि हमारे भाइयों को शहीद किया गया।
All the while, even Indians were telling you it is propaganda. It came out in the movie, it's propaganda. I'll tell you now, it's bullshit. It really is happening. It has happened and it will continue to happen. And I'll tell you something else. The Indian intelligence works extensively with the Israeli intelligence. Don't ever think that the Israeli intelligence is a joke. Dulles sat up and took note of the Israeli intelligence when a copy of Nikita Khrushchev's speech denouncing Stalin at the party congress was handed to him. The Americans and the CIA, for all their hubris and all their bravado, had no clue that Nikita Khrushchev had stood up and denounced Stalin and his methods and called him a sick psychopath. I paraphrase, but that is what Nikita Khrushchev did. And what caused the rift between China and the Soviet Union at that time were two things. Number one, Mao took umbrage to the fact that Nikita Khrushchev spoke so ill of Stalin, because despite the fact that Stalin did not like Mao, he treated Mao as a subservient, Mao refused to accept that Khrushchev could speak that way about Stalin. And the other point was that the Chinese approached the Soviets for a nuclear bomb, and Khrushchev said to him in no uncertain terms, we have the bomb, you communist, we communist, should you be attacked, we come to your aid. There's no need for you to get the bomb. Mao was pissed off, they went on and developed their own bomb. I suspect the Americans had a hand in that too. Because they were trying to drive a wedge between the Soviets and the Chinese. And no points for guessing correctly who helped drive that wedge. Nobody else. Which is the number one useful idiot country in the world? Pakistan. They played a duplicitous game. They helped drive the wedge between the Soviets and the Chinese. So again, a little bit of history, but that is what has gone on. Now you've got Hanif coming out and saying that these men have been taken out in subsequent years, and they're going to continue to be taken out in subsequent years. The Pakistani intelligence apparatus is rife with holes. If you imagine a sieve or a colander, that is what it looks like. The Pakistani people run around with this holier than thou Muslim attitude that they are the perfect Muslim. They have no idea that their government and their military are doing double deals with the Israelis, all the while telling them how bad the Israelis and the Jews are. They fall for it hook, line and sinker, and that is why you need a population that is kept in abject poverty and in a state of uneducatedness, because ignorance will breed and fester in this type of conditions, and it plays well into the narrative that the Pakistani establishment can then use. Every time they steal a little bit more than they should have and it causes problems within the country, they rouse the Israeli or the Hindu card. It works well for them. So don't be fooled when you think that Mossad is done, Mossad is over. People will tell you Israel. Let me explain something to you. The Israelis are going to be here from today until the day the world ends. They are not going anywhere. The Israelis are not going anywhere. I tell you, I have a lot of respect for them, because if you work with Jewish people, you will understand their work ethic. It is unparalleled. They are so determined. It is insane. You have never seen determination like this. And to sit back and think that they are just going to sit and allow their country to be thrown to the wolves, I disagree vehemently, because I have seen the Israelis, I've seen the Jewish people work, and I know what it is that drives and motivates them. And I think if the rest of society had a little bit of that, the world would be a lot better place to live in. But let's come back to our man Hanif here, because Hanif has been openly speaking and he doesn't realize that his words actually make the Pakistani military, intelligence service and administration look impotent. It looks like a cuck, because what he is saying is that a foreign intelligence organization has come and wreaked havoc, not in a day, not in a week, but over a period of years in a country where the military run the country. That is the most disgraceful thing to hear, because it means that you're not doing a very good job of running the country as a military, if that is what you claim to be doing. So I came across this and I thought, you know what, let me bring it to your notice, because everybody out there will tell you Durandar is a lie, and I'll tell you again, it is not a lie. Most or all of what is portrayed in that movie is what happened. Yes, there is some embellishment for the camera, but at the end of the day, the bare facts of what went on is 100% correct. So I want to thank you for spending time with us. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, and please remember to like, share and subscribe, as it helps us with the algorithm and it helps our channel to grow.